Alright. Restore all those. Ah, that's view my channel. Alright. Alright, guys, if you want to watch it, let me go down to where it's... there we go. And page is still running fairly well, all things considered. Alright, let's minimize all that. Let's pull this back up. Chat is running. Ha! There we go. Haha! Notice the profile of the beard. It's beautiful. Anyways. Wait. I'm not... Parties. Ah, cancel. That's not what I need. Let's come up here. Can you hear me now?
Hear you? Yes.
Oh, good. I can hear you too. So that's
did anybody read the patch notes today for all the ability adjustments coming in the final Snape?
I have not.
Good news is Bubble is getting a buff. Bad news is it's getting 10 nerfs to go along with it, so as well.
Okay, say that again.
Well and Bubble are both getting a buff. And 10 different nerfs to go along with it.
Uh-huh.
Well is getting its offensive capabilities improved. It's not actually changing, that's what they're saying. That's how they introduce it. So they're improving it by the fact that when Well ends, or when you leave Well, you will get Radiant for 8 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Bad news is boss damage while you're in the well is being reduced from a 40% bonus to 10. So almost 0 additional damage reduction. No more welling.
It almost sucks.
And Weapons of Light no longer exists. It's being moved to the Helm of Saint 14. So while the Bubble is actually going to be more defensive, and it's going to give you a full overshield, etc., 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 the defensive capabilities are going up. The offensive capabilities are completely disappearing from the ability.
Did they say anything good about hunters?
So they said a lot of good things about it, a lot of neutral things. Some of the things about hunters were okay, but most of them were just as many nerfs as they were buffs. So on the nerf side, you know, people were using 6 hunters running marksmen so that you could feed each other orbs so that you could cycle supers.
Mm-hmm.
No longer exists. If you
So I have 2 days to figure out what's going to be meta and use it. Okay.
yeah, because it's all changing. They buffed Storm Grenade unless you're a Titan. So they buffed the base
Ooh.
ability, but you don't get any of those buffs if you are a Titan who uses the grenade things. Although Storm Grenade's going to move faster as base. Again, if it's chasing a PvE target, it's going to be a little better, like 2%.
That one is closed.
No damage buff, but it's going to chase things better in PvE. Some stasis buffs for Hunter. Just quality of life stuff, really, though. But PvP, they buffed a little bit of PvE, but they nerfed around PvP with stasis. They.
Is this thing still over here?
It's just
No, it is
blah,
not. Okay.
honestly. I mean,
So-
besides the Titan and the Warlock thing, there wasn't anything big except for some tweaks to this and that to try and balance and bring up, because they've stuck a bunch of stuff into Prismatic that isn't meta now. So they had to not only so they had to bring those things up to semi-parity to the other things, or else you wouldn't use it. You wouldn't use Prismatic because all the abilities in it are crap.
Ooh, there we go. Why am I?
Sorry,
Okay.
was that a lot of rambling, or was it helpful at all?
That was somewhat helpful. I'm still thinking about the heck I'm gonna run.
Yeah, well, that's why I was thinking about it. Do I even bother running Hunter? Because I was really hoping that they would make Stasis Hunter viable. So the big change of Stasis overall is they're modifying a couple, like Whisper of Rhyme and one of the things. They're making it so that the Stasis shards, you know those little floating orby thingies? Shattering a stasis shard,
Stasis
shattering a
crystals.
frozen target. Stasis crystal, thank you. Each one of them gives you a frost armor. It can stack up to 5 times, or if you put on one of the aspects, up to 8 times at like 4%, 4.5% damage reduction. So you're gonna have like a damage reduction capability inside of stasis, which is good. Stasis Warlock is getting almost no changes at all. They're getting one, and it's super minor. Hunter, they're really just affecting. They're making Cold Snap a little better and a little worse. They got rid of some of the chaining capabilities, but it added bigger stasis crystals to it. Silence and Squall is supposed to move faster.
Until you're
If it's
caught in it,
chasing
and then it
PvP
moves
turret.
slower once you're in it.
Correct. That is only for PvE, though. If it's chasing a PvP target, it's not supposed to change, I think.
No, they said for PvP, if once you get caught in it, then it slows down. It does that way. It doesn't overshoot its PvP target.
No, I'm pulling it up right now. Increase damage and slow tick rate versus PvE combatants by 40%. Its ability to roam on the battlefield, it quickly converts to a slow and a freeze only on PvE combatants. So they're not changing it for PvP.
But why would they?
So it's going to chase faster if the target is a PvE target, just like the Storm Grenade change. And it's going to slow down on the if it's a PvE target, it's going to slow down on them and sit on top of them. It's not changing how it reacts in PvP though.
But
PvP it kills them anyway. I don't think it needs to be changed.
well, in PvP, if it even touches you, even if you try to dodge out of it or use your Titan movement out of it, it still absolutely destroys you, and there's no way to get away from it.
Right. They're not changing that. All the changes it denotes here specifically state if targeting PvE combatant. So hunters, so warlocks changes are like in stasis are pretty much nothing. Hunter is 2/3 of a page. Titan is 2/3 of a page, mostly around Diamond Lance and Shiver Strike. Ward of Dawn, Well of Radiance, nerfed to garbage. One is super defensive, one is super offensive.
And neither are useful.
And neither are going to be nearly as useful as they were previously. Hunter Arc Staff buffs to try and bring those up. They're trying to make Arc Staff better, Disorienting Blow and Tempest Strike better, which no one's going to use because combo strike still exists. So buffing Warlocks, Lightning Surge and Ball Lightning because they're part of whatchamacallit, and they suck.
Oh, there's still gateways. That's why the enemies keep spawning. Oh, I'm dumb.
Yep, you gotta kill the gateways, not the enemies. You can ignore the enemies and clean them up afterwards. Blow up the gates. Titan. Thunderclap buffs. Knockout buffs. Storm Grenade doesn't get buffed for Titans except the fact that its chase speed is better. Its damage is still half of that of Pulse Grenade, so no one is going to bother using it, because it's still trash, just like Arc Titan. Arc Grenades, overall, not Titan specific. Storm Grenade, increased damage versus PvE combatants by 20%, unless you're a Titan. The other two classes get it. Skip Grenade, 15% buff. Arc Bolt Grenade, 15% buff. Lightweight Knife is getting a big buff for Hunter. If you're gonna run Solar Hunter, they're giving you a second charge and allowing you to throw back to back, so you can immediately go throw one and then the other. But it won't stack with Ophidia Spaith because that's the one that buffs Lightweight Knife. So a lot of the changes, it's probably 12 pages of stuff. A lot of the changes buff the base ability of abilities that are subpar, but those abilities don't get buffed if you're using anything else that buffs them. So if you're using an exotic, or if you're using a aspect from a particular class that buffs that, it won't give it the buff.
This thing says I have to go this way, but if I go this way, there's no way to go.
You gotta go
Fine.
down.
Yep. You either gotta go up or down. There are two places that are a little confusing.
I'm at one of them.
You go in and you gotta jump up the cave wall.
I've gone up the tree. I've gone as far as I can go up. I can go nowhere.
Furthest wall, all the way down, there's a cave.
I'm at the furthest
Oh,
wall.
are you in the big area still? You just killed the gateways?
Yeah.
Remember, basically you're playing the Starcross mission backwards. So you gotta go to that little cave and jump up.
What little cave? There's
There's a cave. Are you streaming? Oh, you're not streaming.
I am streaming.
Why can't I see you streaming?
Because I'm not
What are you
streaming to
streaming?
Twitch.
Oh.
Yes, I'm currently on YouTube.
Okay, stop. Fall down. Fall down.
Yeah, there's a delay. I'm in the.
Is this the entrance?
No, the entrance is back over here. At least I think so.
Okay, from the entrance, you saw where the entrance is. Go completely to the back of the room.
Yeah, that's where I just was. There's nothing there.
Oh, and they're nerfing the crap out of Berserker, Strand Titan. The whole grapple point thing is no
Like
more.
there's nothing in here.
So,
Oh.
Warren.
Never mind.
Mhm.
Bless you, honey.
Thank you, Warren.
No, my wife sneezed in the other room.
Yes. Uh-huh. I made that mistake.
I'm afraid if I jump up to this platform, the Vex are going to rickroll me.
No. Just go.
Alright, where am I? Oh, you guys are disrupted. Yeah, well, you're dead. I'm not.
From here
Wait,
on,
what
it's
the-
very- Mhm. Have fun with that.
Okay. Since you really want me to. Ho!
By the way, don't waste your ammo.
You took my cover. Anyone else want to try to run up?
Bubba keeps moving, dude.
Some heavy. Everything is murder. Wait.
Oh, they're gonna buff. That's right. They're buffing Snare Bomb, so the damage over time is more effective and lasts longer. Buffing Void Titan Super. The Shield Pro stuff.
Look all the way up.
Wait. Oh!
He saw it. Okay.
Nice.
Good luck in that room.